Welcome back, everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Cafe Enchante. Alright, so last episode, we got to know the boys a little bit better. Kotone has decided to take over the cafe and all the responsibilities that entails with it. And yeah, she just every chore or every bump and hurdle that she had someone beside her to help her along with it. So we got to know the characters a bit more. Alright, so my voice is actually a little bit tired after work today, but I know I'm not gonna have that many opportunities to record. So if there's like an awkward like transition between music, it's probably me just like splicing videos together, just like giving myself a break. So yeah, if the music kind of cuts off in a weird place, that's probably it. And also, I kind of noticed Candace's voice was a little low, so I don't know what to do about that. I need to like artificially raise the input or eat the mic. I might have to just eat the mic. Alright, anyway, let us continue with main chapter 3. Hopefully, it's going to be a long one probably. These chapters are pretty long. Anywho, a few months have passed since I moved here. All of those documents, all the certifications needed. Dealing with upgrading all that equipment. The aroma of coffee floated in the air of the cafe, signaling the arrival of a new owner. The interminable training I went through just to be able to pour a cup of coffee. This situation, not knowing left from right. Here was such an eccentric bunch of guests. After overcoming so many challenges. Finally! Yay! Who's clapping? Woo! Got the logo. It's finally the day. Cafe Enchante is back in business. It fades there. Huh? Why aren't you all excited? I changed into a new uniform and made so many preparations too. Are my clothes different? Can't even tell. She's wearing a pink themed. Well, even if you say that, I mean, it is something to celebrate, but to say that it's back in business? We have mentioned it many times before, but measures are in place to ward people away. The new customer would highly be unlikely. Nothing's changed, so we're still stuck with these guys. So to us, it's not like anything here has really changed. Haha, I'd like to celebrate with you, but considering my age, this is how I see things too. Just a matter of fact. Really? I know I was looking forward to it, but I imagined everyone would be excited when the day came. This was shocking. I decided to tuck away the party popper I was keeping in my pocket before anyone happened to notice it. I'm pretty sure they already know. Someone did happen to voice some support for me though, after my horrible flop. Yeah, Kane is my boy. However, as Ignis declared, this is still an occasion worthy of celebration. Perhaps it would not be a bad idea to commemorate the occasion somehow. Well then, I think a little party would do the trick now, wouldn't it? Rindo, we already held one. You, sadly, were not present. What? I see. This is the first time I'm hearing of it. Ouch. Oh, well, you know, that party, it was right before the GPM attacked with guns. The strangest tea party. That really was something, wasn't it? Well, we could throw a party, but it's not like much would change. Although, I suppose we could mix up the scenery a little bit, at the very least. What shall we create for our surroundings? A lava landscape or some majestic cliffs would be refreshing to Kotone, would it not? Lava? What? Ew, those aren't so much refreshing to me as they are places I'd never like to come near, okay? Why would you even choose such insane places like that, you dumbass? Could accompany her to dinner. Oh, not with these hooligans around, though. No, you don't need to. I'm not suggesting that everyone has to celebrate with me. I just thought it would be a little sad to open a cafe and not acknowledge it. It might be true that everyone else, their normal lives had simply returned to them. But to me, this is a brand new start. It was my big first step towards my new life, so at least it would make me happy if we can all have a proper tea party to celebrate. My eyes scan their faces, watching for their thoughts to appear.
You have a tendency to be a bit too modest at times.
Huh? Haha, Kindness is exactly right. Don't worry about our schedules. Just say what you want, it's not so hard. This is a big day! Celebrate, fools! You know, something like that. Canis and Mr. Rindo looked at each other. Yeah, it's true. Who would celebrate this if not us? Let's have a tea party. This time an official celebration for the reopening of Enchante. With Miser's smile, everyone else began to comment supportively about the tea party. Well, you know, I was never against the idea of having a party, okay? We could do it if you all really want. I agree with everyone as well. Considering all that has happened, it is only natural we celebrate. Thank you. Alright, I'll get everything ready. What sort of food does everyone want? Okay, stop. Of course you start doing that. Huh? We'll do all the preparations this time too. You sit back and relax, Kotone. You've been working so hard at this already. Right, on top of that, you've been helping these guys out with the meals and other things all the time, Kotone.
Please allow us to return the jet from your caring for us day after day.
I'm guessing yellow means determined. The yellow flame is some sort of determination. The pink is obviously blush. I think, and then the blue seems to be kind of normal, cool. Really? Everyone actually wants to help me. I don't feel like I've done enough for them to owe me any kind of debt. But it really does bring joy to my heart that they'd be so thoughtful. I'll take you up on your offer. Thank you very much. After mentioning to come ask me if there was anything they didn't know, I took their advice and went to relax quietly in my room. Now you're bored. I can't relax! Thinking back, whenever I had any free time, I was either cooking or studying to prep for reopening the business. Now that I didn't need to do that, I was totally bored. How is it that I have more free time now that we've officially reopened? Couldn't help but question the issue. I guess like over prepping and now like, okay, I'm ready. And then like you actually didn't need to over prep that much. They wouldn't mind if I were to come down just to see how things were going, right? In the end, the fact that I was bored still remained. I decided the best thing was to go see how they were all doing. I was also just curious to see what kind of work they were all getting done. Oh, we have a choice. Canis, Ill, Ignis, or Mr. Rindo. Miser's not on here, though. Well, I am interested in the Headless Knight the most, so I'm gonna see how Canis is doing. As for Canis, he mentioned that he was in charge of making the meals today. He did make a note of being clumsy before, but I wonder how he is at cooking. Maybe if it's like not technology, he's fine. Like a threshold. Like pots and pans are fine, but... Hello? I enter the kitchen slowly so I don't startle him. There in the kitchen, which had become my training ground lately. He's just chopping. I saw Canis carefully trying to use a knife, which was wobbling unsteadily in his hand. I'm sure Ignis, who I couldn't see, was out in the storehouse trying to find more ingredients. Noticing my arrival, he turns towards me after carefully putting down the knife. Safety first, guys.
Ah, Kotone, do you need something?
No, nothing in particular. I was just wondering how the cooking was going. I looked at the ingredients that he had laid out on the cutting board. A fresh tomato, a large cut of bacon, and eggs cut into small pieces. Some bread was off to the side with the crust cut off it. Ah, so he happened to be making... Canis, are you making sandwiches? He's blushing.
Yes, Ignis suggested that I would be able to prepare some. Please pay no mind to how they look, as they are a bit misshapen.
They're on the larger side, but that makes them appealing in their own way. They're homemade. Handmade. But actually, this isn't good. Just looking at this makes me want to. Hey, Canis, is it okay if I help you with this too? I couldn't help but want to make something after seeing all this here. I mean, I just enjoy cooking. He's like, I can't stay out of the kitchen now, guys. It's like after all this prep, let me in.
Yes, but however...
Canis attempted to refuse my help at first, but...
Well, there's nothing to celebrate in denying that what your heart desires. Then, can I ask for your help in cutting some of the smaller vegetables?
Sure thing! I'll wash my hands first. Canis and I make quick work of the vegetables as we stand together. There were no major mistakes, and even though he said he was clumsy, I felt that Canis was actually fairly talented at cooking. As I was watching this new side of him in admiration. It looked as if Canis picked up of some of the scraps of the words. Say it slowly. It looked as if Canis picked up of some of the scraps from the vegetables we had cut. Oh. And he somehow made them disappear into his face. Does he have a mouth hole somewhere? I felt like I was experiencing deja vu.
I'm very sorry. I suppose you saw that. I did not want it to go to waste, and...
You must have been embarrassed after I caught him taking bites while he was cooking. The flame coming from his neck was red. And how does he eat? Just like throws it in his face and it just poofs. But what I was more curious about was... I wondered what happened to the food. It was even more fascinating this time since he didn't have a helmet on like before. Will he eat something else? Hoping he would, I continued to stare at him.
Would you like some too, Kotone?
Huh? He misinterpreted my staring. Before I could mention he was mistaken, he hands me a piece of bacon that he had cut. Does he expect me to eat it just like this? I mean, my hands are full. Gotta feed it. Feed it to her. Okay, maybe just a bite then. Thinking about it would just make the whole thing even more embarrassing, so I decided that I'd just open my mouth. Uh-oh. The very moment I had the bacon in my mouth. Hey, why the hell are you playing around? Ignis caught us doing something. We could hear Ignis' exasperated voice as he side-eyed us, walking through the kitchen. Canis and I quickly separated ourselves and we went back to work in a fluster. Come on guys, we weren't like kissing, like relax. Just feeding her bacon. Ignis, who said he would prepare his favorites, the meats, focused intensely on the fry pan in his hand. Canis and I entered the final step of putting the ingredients into the bread and cutting the sandwiches. As sandwich after sandwich is completed, Canis suddenly begins to speak.
Do you have a moment?
What is it?
It's about Enchante's reopening. Everyone said it wouldn't change much. But I'm sure deep down, everyone is happy that Enchante will continue to be here. Of course, I know I am, at least. With this party, I do hope you repay the favor of you granting our wishes, even if only a little bit.
I could feel a boundless sincerity within each and every word he spoke. I'd also like to thank all of you. I was only able to take on this amazing cafe because of meeting everyone here. I met his sincerity with complete honesty, leaving no room for doubt about my feelings. A few hours later, the preparations for the tea party went along smoothly thanks to everyone's efforts. All that's left is to decorate for the tea party. Miser snaps his fingers as Il puts his hands together as if they were praying. Ta-da! Okay, same landscape. The inside of the cafe turned back into the same whimsical setting as the last party. What? This again? This is pretty, uninspired. How rude! A beautiful place like this is a masterpiece for an evil demon lord like me, you know.
The scenery is very pleasant. Enchante's grand reopening. This is the same scenery as last tea party where it all began.
I also really like this place. Back then when they all showed me how deep their bonds were with Grandpa. It still didn't really feel like months have already passed. I meant what I said. I enjoy this place and how much peace it always brings me. Everyone chose their seat and poured their favorite drink for themselves. Being just a tea party, there is no call for a formal toast. So then, let's eat. After thanking everyone for the prep work, I took a sip of coffee I had brewed. Although Ignis's dishes were piled everywhere, I savored all the meals that were prepared. Mr. Rindo gives a carefree smile as he watches how I react to each dish I taste. Ah, you've really gotten used to this odd way of living, haven't you? This old man doesn't even know how to feel. Oh, cut it, Rindo. Isn't it better to let her enjoy herself? There's nothing to worry about. You know, I can't just stop worrying. Yeah, I have to protect her and make sure she doesn't get used to any nefarious ways. How should I respond? Do I just stay quiet? The ones who jumped into the argument between the two agitated men, it was unexpectedly ill. To us, the GPM is far more aligned with such nefarious ways, I feel. Huh. No way, really? Why the hell are you all so surprised? The way you treated your lackeys when we when we were attacked made you look like a villain.
Questionable conduct and threats, in the end dragging an unarmed innocent girl around during her raid. Anyone would clearly see those deeds as those of an evildoer.
Says the knight. Mr. Rindo let out a surprising emotion in the form of a frustrated grunt. For calling the GPM an evil society, you'd likely be the mini-boss, right, Rindo? I am part of the mid-level management, so you're not exactly wrong. Can't say that I like hearing it that way. As the conversation continued, suddenly I meet my eyes with Mr. Rindo. Oh, you know, since we're conveniently speaking of other worlds and non-humans. How about you all share a little bit more about yourselves with her? Yeah, real convenient, huh? To think the one leading a chat about non-humans would be you.
Today is a very special day. Commemorating the reopening of Enchante. It may be a good time to do so.
I, of course, don't mind. I'll be sure to answer anything you'd all like to know, Kotone. Kotone, What do you think? Do you have questions for us? Questions? Well, when you ask me like that, it'll prompt me to ask something, but it was so sudden, no decent questions would come to me. How about, where is everyone from? Mr. Rindo threw me a lifeline. Where everyone is from? Oh, I'd like to hear about that. Right, I'm sure you're getting to know these non-humans a bit more by interacting with them, but do you know about their worlds? He was right. I can more or less assume what non-humans are like from Miser and the others here. But beyond that gate, I still knew nothing of the worlds that were out there. Our homes? Well, I guess we could talk about that. But isn't that a lot to grasp? Well, I can help her out a bit there. Here, by using this. Mr. Rindo pulls out a large tablet from his bag on the floor. What's that for? It's a terminal I use for work. Like Ignis said, it might be difficult to understand by just hearing about it. Though I'll only show you what I can. I just think it might be easier to grasp using a few supplemental documents. Is that like supposed to be like top secret? Just like, here you go, girl, I'll just show you. He quickly begins to operate the tablet. So, Kotone, whose world would you like to know about first? Alright then, how about... Ooh. You can learn about the demon world, fairy world, the heavenly world, the beast world, or the GPM, which isn't really another world, but just... I guess we can learn about the government office. I did express an interest in Canis, so I'll do the fairy world, Medio. Can I hear more about the fairy world where Canis is from?
About Medio, Certainly, allow me to explain.
I shall control the tablet. It'll break if Canis touches it. Okay, thanks, Il. That's right. We're gonna it's gonna break. Observe world number XXXX X. Fairy world Medio. I don't want to try me X, I said. Fairy world Medio. A world populated by what humans considered fairies, a mythical, metaphysical creature. Fairy, half physical, illusionary non-humans that inhabit Medio. Despite his rough appearance, Canis is also a legitimate fairy. He's just very... He's very solid fairy. It appears to be governed by a monarchy. According to observations, it is a world teeming with nature. Its beauty ranks among the highest of all alternate worlds. Fairy world Medio, another world where fairies live in Canis' home world. It is blessed with abundance of nature. It is home to the fairies that inhabit this world ruled by a monarchy. It is believed that folklore rooted in the human world, such as Lianan, Cid, and leprechauns derived from being from Medio. I probably said that wrong, but Lianan Cidi, a type of fairy, has stolen Ireland of the human world. They take the form of beautiful young women. They seek the love of human men, bestowing talents like poetry to those who accept their love. And we got Leprechaun, a type of fairy, a stolen Ireland of the human world. They appear to be of elderly men of tiny size, taking pleasure with mischief. Oh wow, to think it's such a beautiful world.
Indeed, I myself attest to the world's beauty.
Oh, okay, I get to ask again. I guess I'll ask about the demon world. I'll just go down the list. Learn about the demon world, Asmodia. Will you tell me about the demon world, Miser? Oh, okay then. Allow the demon lord, master of this domain, to educate you himself. Beep boop. Alright, got the tablet. Oh, it's thrown. Absorbed world number X and demon world Asmodia. Losing its sun, the world is pitch black, its land illuminated by a dark moon. Its atmosphere is filled with miasma, with swamps of terrible poison welling about. The non-humans that live there are called demons, who are creatures of impulse and fight in endless bloody wars. The leader of such a dangerous species is the strongest of them, Demon Lord Miser Alex. Additionally, humans live in this world too. Not many, but every few centuries a hero is born of them. Okay, that's interesting. So, I guess you'd be able to go there? It's like your typical, like, maybe like an isekai plot. You gotta reincarnate and destroy the Demon Lord. The heroes vow to rid the world's miasma and subdue the one responsible, the Demon Lord. Like, all these people trying to kill Miser. Well, the miasma in Asmodeus actually has nothing to do with the Demon Lord. That's just how the world is. Nothing would actually happen if I were somehow defeated. The heroes never seem to get that. What are they gonna do, really? The world doesn't change even if I die. That's the end of the report. However, this didn't come from observations of Asmodia. It was simply a report straight from the Demon Lord Miser. This report was based on hearsay from him, and as such, we weren't able to verify whether or not his words were true. Okay. At the very least, I understood that the demon world is a very harsh world to live in. Just then, the Demon Lord. Demon world, Asmodia. A world where demons live, ruled by the Demon King Miser. Heroes exist there, making it a real-life fantasy RPG world setting. Okay. Well, I guess he always calls himself the final boss. Those heroes. Can't help but feel sorry for him. Really? They're fawned over endlessly just for being a hero. Might be fitting that they're destined to meet their end, no? Did they get a harem too? I think most of this was in the report, but I suppose Miser just wanted to say his pieces. Words. I suppose Miser just wanted to say his piece. It's difficult to say how much was truthful. Oh, you're so untrusting. I was only trying to cooperate with you out of the very goodness of my heart. According to Mr. Rindo, demons are a very rare species. Demon, races that inhabit Asmodia, while often confused with devils. Devils are simply a race of demons, and Miser is not one of them. They are very rare non-humans, and are hardly ever found. For probably good reason. People would freak out. The only one who had actually appeared and was cooperative and ever being studied was Miser here. So I'm curious about... Let's go the Heavenly World Calm. Can I hear more about the Heavenly World, where Ill's from? The Heavenly World. How shall I go about describing it? Observed World Number X, Heavenly World Calm. The world where the dyadic species known as angels and fallen angels in the human world reside. Also, according to IL, abbreviated, of Enchante, the only being on record that has been communicated with. The Heavenly World. It is a very beautiful world. Is what he has to say. Proceeding with further details or any conversation whatsoever was not possible. The world is assumed to have been created out of an energy that is impossible to be described in any physical sense. End report. We didn't even get to see how it looks. Rindo, the report blatantly says any conversation whatsoever was not possible.
You gave up talking to Ill, didn't you?
It's not my fault. Just way too difficult to try and have a conversation with this chatty angel here. Does he just start talking about video games? Oh? But I just answered whatever you had asked me. Had I not given sufficient information? No, it's fine. Rindo just didn't ask the right way. Don't worry about it, Il. Still, there isn't much information at all written here. The Heavenly World is just so insular. Our investigations haven't advanced at all. It's the Heavenly World Calm. an other world in the heavens where Il lived. While it is a beautiful world, it is very insular, so the details are shrouded in mystery. Just like demons, the existence of angels are the rarest of the rare. We have no idea how to find anyone else aside from Il. I see. That's why when those GPM officials attacked us, they were all so surprised after hearing that he was a fallen angel. Oh, by the way, I heard that Il had become a fallen angel after breaking the laws of Kalm. A fallen angel refers to an angel that had become tainted, right? Could that reason be... Look at this. Fallen angel. Angels fall when they break the law. Refers to individuals whose wings have changed color. And we got angel, divine non-humans with white wings on their backs, inhabiting heavenly world Kalm in the human world. Many legends and myths tell of such beings as being the envoys of God. Individuals who have not fallen are sometimes called true angels. Including fallen angels, they are very rare non-humans, and none aside from Il have been found in the human world.
Video games, you mean?
You heard it, guys! Video games are the devil. They cause angels to fall. Don't play them. It's definitely not games. And I don't think they have video games in heaven. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you had to fall down first to get them, but that'd be kind of funny reasoning. Games? Oh, haha, no way. Could it be otome games? Gasp. Il tilts his head in puzzlement. Just by looking at him, we can all infer the truth. It just ends there. We're not even gonna inquire further. Like, eh. Maybe he was already kind of off. That's why he likes video games so much. All right, well let's ask about Best World, Bestia. I'd like to hear more about the Beast World where Ignis is from. Huh? Who gives a crap about where I'm from? Then allow me to explain. Rindo, please lend me the tablet. Hey, what are you trying to do? Shut in? No, alright, well, oh. Looks a little bit, chilly. Observe world number X, Beast World Bestia. An extremely cold land where a species thought to have evolved from animals, demon beasts reside. Although the entire landscape is covered in frost, several different species live there. The number of their types exceeds even that of the fairies of Medio. Although it is unknown why, but the frequency in which it connects to a wormhole is high. Wormhole, what? That said, residents of this world comprise a huge number of non-humans in the human world. Monsters whose base forms are animalistic and appear in human myths and legends are believed to have come from Bestia. Oh, are they implying that, like... Yeah, that, like, a bunch of beasts from this world just kind of, like... They just kind of fall into this one. And that's where, like, a bunch of folklore comes from, like monsters in the woods or something. Right as Il ends the report, Ignis takes the terminal away from him and throws it back towards Rindo. So that's what you mean by demon beasts. I always imagined that it was more like the monsters that appear in manga or video games. Those are more demonic, don't you think? They look gross too. Don't lump me in with them. By the way, though Ignis takes on the form of a human, some take more animal-like forms. Demon beasts. Non-humans inhabiting Bestia. Many originated from animals, so there is a very large variety of races. Oh. Do animals go over there? And do they just, like, evolve like that? I don't know. I see. Could you do that too, Ignis? Huh? Well, it's not like I can't. This is just easier for me. Could it be that Bestia is kind of like a big zoo? No, don't say it like that. Beast World Bestia. A world frozen and closed off by ice, Ignis's homeland. A world where animals developed into non-humans and demon beasts roam. Hey, Kotone, you aren't thinking of something super insensitive right now, are you? I didn't say anything. Huh? No, you're just imagining things. His wild instincts are too good. So I'm curious about, last but not least, is the GPM. The organization that tried to kill us with guns. Oh then, this is more about this world, but can I hear more about the GPM? Where I work, I don't mind, but I feel like we've already gone through it. Oh well, it's not about the GPM, but how the GPM sees non-humans. I've only heard about how the GPM officials, including you, Mr. Rindo, have this idea that non-humans are just dangerous. Well, that's the truth after all. I can take you up on that. If you want, let's take this outside. I'm so dangerous, I'll turn you into a Rindo roast. Okay. Ignis, calm down. Calm your tits. Ignis, calm down. Comments like that are probably how false perceptions like this are spread. For some reason, Mr. Rindo led the chat in a way that I ended up following through. In any case, it's easy to see more than one side of people by living with them. The demon lord who likes coffee, the demon beast who loves to eat, the straight-laced knight, and the fallen angel who loves games. Seeing them all like this, it's hard to wrap my head around the concept that non-humans are fierce and evil. That's understandable. Well, it's no wonder. Of course you'd feel that way with everyone here. Although it's not like I just forgotten his warning that these men aren't human. It's just... how exactly do people from the GPM define what dangerous really means? I see. After contemplating for a bit, Mr. Rindo takes control of his tablet and shows me a particular screen. This isn't really top secret, so it's okay. I'll show you, considering you're involved. Oh, is this the building? The non-humans we are forced to remove and observe are usually divided into groups. Type 1 non-humans, intelligent and capable of speech. Type 1 non-human and GPM non-human classification. It refers to non-humans with intelligence and capable of dialogue by means of language. Okay. Then we got type 2 non-humans, incapable of speech and friendly. In GPM non-human classification, it refers to non-humans incapable of dialogue but are friendly. Then we got type 3 non-humans, incapable of speech and hostile. Alright, it refers to non-humans incapable of dialogue and are hostile. Just kind of saying it again in the dictionary. The mission of the combat branch is to subdue and or deport type 1 non-humans that show malicious intent, and type 3 non-humans. Okay. I guess type 2 are just like, they're always friendly, but with type 1 just kind of exhibit intelligence, but even being intelligent doesn't mean that you're good. Huh. According to this, non-humans that are friendly aren't considered dangerous. That's how I understand it. If that's the case, then wouldn't everyone at Enchante be an exception? On the outside, sure, but in the end, we can't just let non-humans with immense powers run wild. It's just like, you don't know. If they did decide to go bad, to go rogue, they could do a lot of damage. You're just kind of hoping that they don't. There are those who conceal their intent tactfully and later exert their powers. And that power is exerted can be at such a tremendously terrifying scale, capable of taking many human lives. Everyone's just quiet. Like, if something happens, if someone gets hurt, or if someone dies. Humans are so fragile. By that time, it would be too late to prevent it, right? And so that's why we can't just let them out free in the wild, just because they seem nice. Though I'm sure at a base level, anyone would think positively of them. I get it. I was able to understand something new by listening to you today, so thank you, Mr. Rindo. Seems like the relationship between humans and non-humans ran deeper than I thought. Huh. Sorry, I was a little curious about this, but... what's a wormhole? It was mentioned when you were talking about Bestia. I kinda wonder about that too. All that? How should I explain? It is literally just that, though. A hole that opens within space, perhaps? It's easier to think of it as a kind of gate, essentially. Though unlike gates, which are permanent, these appear and disappear on occasion. When you suggest to think of them as gates, you mean they are portals to other worlds? Right. They exist in all worlds. They suddenly appear and connect to another world, a portal to another location. Actually, the biggest reason why non-humans are here are because of these wormholes. Huh. Sounds like you're saying that they get caught in them by accident. Yeah, I think they see it as tremendously bad luck, like, oh no, I got sucked into another world, something like that. They got isekai'd. True, if you're just thrown into a world where the culture and species are different. Those wormholes are pretty scary, huh? Is that what you're referring to, Miser? When you said that there are other ways of coming to and from here besides gates? Right, yeah, I was talking about wormholes. Although just coming here would be more appropriate explanation here. What? If a wormhole opens, it'll close quickly. Could be moments, days. You never know. Not a reliable method of transport. Not sure why, but for example, if two wormholes appear in the same world, same area, their destinations would be random. Let's say you fall into World A's wormhole and go into B. In B, if you're lucky enough to find another, you'll go to World C, and so on. Being such a mysterious phenomenon, if you did happen to fall into a wormhole. With extremely good luck, you might be able to travel world to world and come back to your own. All I can say is that sounds terrible.
Traveling by wormhole is by pure chance. Some may enjoy where they are led, others lament their fate.
And it's super rare, but wormholes can even open here in the human world. Be careful. Don't be a dummy and fall into one, got it? Wormhole. A hole in space-time that connects one world to another. If it's space-time, could it, like, potentially leave you to a different time period as well? Like, not exactly, like, the same world? That would be kind of scary. There's no way you'd be able to go back to, like, your exact time and place. Unlike how gates allow free coming and going, wormholes appear by themselves, each one different in where it connects and where it opens and closes. Those sucked in almost never return. Is that something you can avoid by being careful? Yeah, it sounds like it could just like appear under your feet. It's like, boom, gone. I don't think you can dodge it. Unless we see like a black mass or something, don't touch it. It is very surprising, Kotone. You're taking all this in so quickly. I was sitting here wondering when you'd ask about Leanne, Sid, or leprechauns. Oh, well, for those, there were books that Grandpa had left behind. I saw those and tried studying on my own. So Juan's books?
Oh my, that is rather interesting.
Yeah, I found a few books while remodeling Grandpa's room. They're about legends and fantasies. I figured they might be related to all of you somehow and read them while I had the time. Okay, he was probably interested in his fellow guests, fellow customers. They were for beginners, so it was easy to understand, and the illustrations were fun. I do like reading like books about folktales and mythology. I do have like a whole collection of like tales of folk tales. It's just like a small collection of stories from like different regions, but they're fun to read. That's the one. Always up to something behind her backs, huh? Even after saying you didn't have any interest in those things. He was pretty carefree, but in his own way. He was always looking for ways to connect with all of you. Miser smiles gleefully, while Mr. Rindo smiles solemnly, both of them running through their own memories of Grandpa. Oh wow, they're still learning things about Grandpa, even after he's passed away. I'll take really good care of his books. Oh. Phone call, who is it? Immediately after making my declaration, my phone started ringing. After excusing myself, I looked and saw... Oh. My face froze at the name displayed.
Kotone, who's the call from?
My former employer. Wait, what? Hasn't it been months? Why are they still hassling you? That's kind of sad if they've been hassling you for months. The one that worked you like a slave? Yeah, actually, since I resigned, they call regularly. Actually, almost every day. Wow, that's really... It's like... It's been a few months. You think, like, at that point, just give up. Like, you're not getting anything out of her. Like, just move on. That's really... Yeah, that just, like, seems really toxic and sad. Huh? A call from someone you'd rather not hear from. That is terribly irritating. They're basically stalking you, huh? I feel like maybe it's like, that's like borderline harassment. My heart was racing at this terrible noise. This ringtone was basically screaming at me. I could ignore it just like I had been this whole time until now. Yet... Sorry, I'm gonna take this, okay? I need to do something about this already. I can't continue to be afraid of this shadow now that Enchante is opened officially. With everyone watching me, my trembling finger taps the screen. Hello, this is Owaki. Or a boss. What voice do I give the boss? You finally answered. Why have you been ignoring me? I didn't respond for a moment, taken aback by the lack of a greeting and the attitude. What are you talking about? I've already resigned, you know. I've written my resignation letter. I quit for personal reasons. Huh? Are you kidding me? Listen, I'm no jerk. I'm not saying you shouldn't quit. So then... But... We had to spend valuable time and money to bring you in and train you. A total newbie. When you resigned, you're not just quitting a job. You're throwing away all that. Don't you get it? Okay, but I already resigned, so... you have someone else. Ever since that day I'd started, my vision would go blurry every time I'd hear that screaming. There are always so many ways I could argue back, too. Yet for some reason, those words would just never find a way out of my throat. Yeah. Like, it's like, you know, like, the boss is wrong, but, like, you just don't wanna stoke it. But if you feel like you should quit, you need to have someone take over for you. That's a normal thing to do, right? When did that become Kotone's job, love? That's your job to hire someone new. I'm trying to tell you, I already gave out everything needed for anyone to take over my load of work. That's not gonna solve the problem. It's only normal that you stay on until you finish training in the new hire. Dick, this is too much. If I actually did that, they would definitely squeeze at least another year out of me. I'm terrified. More than anything else, I'm scared of that voice that always tore down my self-worth. Still, it's not my problem. Huh? I've always told you that it'll come to a screeching halt if you continue running a business like that. That you need to fix things. But even then, you wouldn't listen to me. You're the one who never gave me someone to help me out. Huh? You're saying that it's my fault? Holding my trembling heart, I take a deep breath and decide to say what I felt. I've found a place I want to protect, far more than that company of yours. Ha! Think you're too good for us? Got you a new job, huh? You're full of it. New grads like you only get treated nicely once. You think you're nice? You're wrong. And I didn't choose this place because I wanted to be treated nicely. Yes, I did have some intentions deep down for that to happen. But it's different now. The people here, they want to see me grow. They don't rush me. And they care for me as I take each new step. They're strong. They never fake anything. They show me everything. Not hiding even their smallest faults. Of course, there are still so many things I didn't know about them. But this, I could clearly say. I'm happy. Being with everyone here. To worry with them. To struggle with them. I don't really care what's going on over there now. Just know I'm not coming back. This place, this is what's important to me now. As I finished, I realized my shaking hand stopped. I don't think the old me would have ever said that I was happy to struggle. I guess that was just how much living at Enchante had slowly healed my soul. My old boss stayed quiet after my speech. And you and I are both aware that it's been months since I quit, right? Why? Through all this time, have you been... That moment, I realized something. The reason why he would call a high school graduate who quit, who wasn't particularly amazing or so very incessantly. Can it be that your business isn't able to run without me? Or, you little brat, get off your high horse and... The Labor Bureau. With a mutter, those words trembled out of me on a reflex. As if realizing its ominous implications, the tirade of my former boss stopped cold. I've kept my own attendance record aside from what's in the company system. If you intend to cause any more trouble to me or my cafe in the future, I'll send these documents to someone who would be very interested in seeing them. You! I have to go now. I pray that we never cross paths again. You said it! Guess yeah, sometimes you just gotta threaten them with the law. And then they don't want to bother you anymore. Could get them sued. Oh, everyone's just like, Gah? I hung up. Everyone was staring at me hard enough to burn holes through me. I put away my phone, and after inhaling my lungs with oxygen as full as possible... Okay, I need some water. I finally told them off! My body, which was ready to collapse, somehow grabbed onto the table reflexively. Saying that... Kotone, that was amazing! The first thing I heard was the Demon Lord's applause, followed by his compliments. Seriously though, that was very good. After stringing him along, you effortlessly threw him into despair at the very last moment. Yes, that was very good. I'd expect no less from a promising recruit in my demon army. This is the kind of strength we require. Mr. Demon Lord, sir, I have no recollection of ever enlisting. Along with Miser snickering, The smiling faces from everyone else in the room help ease my tension. Ha ha ha. I was surprised too. By the way, what were you talking about with that attendance record you mentioned? Oh, I kinda just made that up. Back then, there's no way I had any time to take anything like that. Huh, not a bad lie there. Small price to pay if you can get someone off your back. Okay, she didn't actually have any, like, dirt on him, but, like, she just made him think that she had dirt, and he knows he was in the wrong, so he's not gonna pry.
Indeed. And also, I'm simply so happy. You spoke highly of this place, even saying that you wanted to protect it.
Yes, Kotone, you're a wonderful person. Enchante is honored to have you. Oh! I finally realized what it was that I said in the heat of the moment that he had an audience. There's no lies, and I have no regrets for saying what I did. But it's starting to feel so embarrassing. A little time had passed after the recent incident. In an effort to cool me down after all the excitement, I drank some iced coffee. So, considering today marked the new beginning for Enchante, I'm glad I was finally able to say goodbye to that place. Yeah, you're right. Your last job was even scarier than any sort of alternate world we have on record. Yeah, compared to my last boss, alternate worlds and non-humans, none of that stuff holds a candle to how scary that was. Mental mayhem.
Aha! I feel you might be quick to make that judgment before seeing anything else.
That may be because she has no knowledge. Without knowledge of what they really are, you wouldn't know how to be afraid of anything. So, I said that because I don't know, Sure, that might be true. Well, why don't we go and see? Huh? Typical. There he goes again. I can just feel trouble brewing. Considering Rindo's information, the world that's safest and most suited for visiting out of all our homes would be... Following the smiling miser, the one Ignis and Il turned their eyes towards was...
My home, the fairy world Medio, I assume.
The instant that world's name came up, Mr. Rindo leaned forward, flustered. I guess, yeah. I can't imagine us going to heaven, and sounds like the demon world is covered in miasma, so probably not good to go there, and the beast world seems very cold. Oh, wait, what? How about we go? You don't mean to... Another world, of course. It's the perfect spot. A 0-minute commute just steps away. It'd be a waste not to go, right? Oh, we just got walked through the gate. And besides, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, don't they? Let's find out. Come on, let's go visit another world. What? What? To my grandpa in heaven. Your grandchild has just officially taken over Enchante, and now he's about to literally step foot into an unknown world. We just going? We going? Oh. Okay. Main chapter 4. That chapter 3 was actually gratefully shorter. That's actually perfect. Oh, what the heck? This must be some context here. Can I save here? I can. Alright. I think I will save here. We'll end. Yeah, we'll do chapter 4 next episode. So, gratefully this was only like an hour. I did say I was tired from work, so this is it's kind of perfect for me to take a little breaky break. All right, anyway. I hope you guys had a relaxing time, and we'll continue the next chapter in the next episode. Bye-bye.